everybody. So today is, what is today? Oh, today is Saturday, September 13th, and I'm going to give a little garden update. This year has been a struggle, to say the least. And just heat wise, personal reasons, job problems, just all kind of stuff has been going on this season. So it's been tough trying to keep the garden together. I have been recording videos, but I haven't been posting much of anything. So what I decided to do today is that I'm going to go ahead and do a quick update on my fall seedlings that I planted out. I did get some seedlings planted out, and get some of those planted, and then I'm going to go back and post some of my videos from over the summer from when I was able to post. And so just to get a summer catch up on how things went in the garden for me. And so yeah, so I think I'm going to do that. So right now I'm going to give a quick update on my fall seedlings, and post a video of where I actually started those back in August. So we're going to get started with that. And then a quick tour of the garden as it is today, September 13th. And then I'll just start posting videos when I can of how things went this summer with everything. So thank you for watching, and I'll be back. Okay, so here on my patio is my seedlings, my fall crops that I started indoors back in August. So as you can see, there's August. This is broccoli, and then this is red acre cabbage. So what I have here is just cabbage, broccoli, and more cabbage, and I have collard greens. And when you see, some of these need to be watered, but when you go back and look at the videos of when I planted all of this, when I started these from seeds, you'll see that I had a lot more seedlings than what I have now. And that's because I was planting a lot of stuff for other folks, and then some folks have come and picked up their stuff, and some have not. So and here's some beets. I need to get these in the bucket. And I know people say you're not supposed to start them from seeds, supposed to direct sow them, but anyhow, I didn't listen. And of course, here's some turnip greens, and as you can see, it already has turnips popping up. So I need to get those planted out, and I guess those were supposed to be direct sown also. And here is this is some more brassicas. And this is different types of cabbage. This is this. This is like a Gloria of something cabbage. And as you can see, most of these I started around August 8th. And today's September 13th. So just a little over 4 weeks ago. I got some late flat Dutch cabbage. So I got different varieties of cabbages that I wanted to start. And this is some red acre cabbage, I believe. No. Red rock mammoth cabbage, and you can see the little red color in the leaves. And here's some beans. I wasn't sure if it was too late to start more beans, but I did start some of those. And some more broccoli here. And right here is my onion plant. And so these are the ones that I started. This is Texas early grano that I started August 4th. And then over here I have some bunching onions, some Alsa Craig onions, which are long day onions. So I'm not sure how those are going to work, but I'm going to try it and see. If anything, I'll just use the onion tops. And also this is some red ooh, excuse me, red Creole onions back here in this tray. So these are red Creole onions. And as you can see, these are onions that I started back in August 10th. And I wasn't sure how well these were going to take being that I haven't been able to get them in the ground. So what I did was, just a few days ago, I started some more onions from seeds. And this is a different variety. So you have Timon, Chianti, which is a red onion, I believe. Yeah. And Georgia Boy. So those are different varieties. So yeah, so I have tons of onions. And so my plan is to get those in the ground as soon as possible. So, and over here, this is a container of carrots that I have. And these, if you look back at the video once I posted, I actually started these from seeds in a tray. And that was not that was not good at all. And so I went ahead and started some more, direct sowed some more in this I think this is like a 20-gallon container here. So I do have some that have germinated, so I'll have a little bit of carrots. And that's just sitting here on my patio. And because I gave away all my lettuce in kohlrabi and didn't realize it, and I had and bok choy, so I had to start some more spinach and kohlrabi and lettuce plants. And that was just a few days ago, like September 4th, well, like a week ago. 4th, well, yeah, something like that. But anyhow, so these are just some more little seedlings that I started. Brussels sprouts, some Swiss chard, some purple broccoli, bok choy, purpleated bok choy. And yeah, so we're gonna see how those are gonna turn out. So that is my seedling, fall seedling plants that I have. And my plan is to get those into the raised beds this week. I'm not gonna say this weekend. Today is Saturday, and it may or may not happen. And but so that is the update on my fall plants. So what I'm going to do now is just give you a quick tour of the garden. It's a hot mess right now. And it needs a lot of cleanup, a lot of weeding and everything else. So, but here it is. So we're gonna start here on my patio. Here's my orange tree that didn't do well at all this year. It only has one little orange on it. And I didn't even notice that until just a couple of weeks ago. And some seeds, some zinnia seeds got down in there. I think those are zinnias, yeah, into the plant. So it's all good. And just some more plants along the walkway over there. And over here, I have some of my citrus plants. And Meyer lemon, ponderosa. Look at that big old giant lemon there. And this is what is this? This is a sugar bell. It doesn't have any fruit on it. This is a fairly new tree this year. It doesn't have any fruit on it. And everything needs to be fertilized. This green stalk here had strawberries in it that didn't do well at all. And I think I talked about it in another video that you haven't seen yet because I haven't posted it. And I'm not even sure what this is here. This is some type of cabbage, not cabbage. I don't even know what this is. Some type of lettuce or collard greens or something. But anyhow, it's in here. But this were all strawberries, and most of them died. And then I took the soil out of these top tiers because I needed that soil for something else. So, and then over here in this green stalk was also full of strawberries, and the majority of those died. They were bare root strawberries, and I won't be doing that again. And then up here I got some rosemary and some basil growing inside of I don't even know how that happened, but yeah. And over here on this side of the garden is where I have my pear trees. And back here in the back, I have a Meyer lemon, and this thing has exploded in growth. It has more than doubled its size, and it's been in the ground. This is going to its second year in the ground. And of course, I covered it up during the winter last year. And it has a couple, there's a lemon there, And then there's one down there. Well, actually two there. So last year it was loaded with lemons. This year, not so much. And this little orange tree here is a Wari Satsuma. Sorry about the noise. Somebody's riding a four-wheeler. A Wari Satsuma, and as you can see here, it has 3 little fruits right there. And last year was was its first year in the ground, and it really has not done anything. It has not grown. I don't even think, maybe that one little stem you see there, that's about it. And maybe that one right there. Other than that, it has not grown at all. At all. And then over here is a Calamandan. It also has not grown much, just a couple little stems, branches that is branched out. And so I'm not exactly sure what's the difference in those two. And they're supposed to be more cold hardy than the Meyer lemon, and the Meyer lemon has just exploded. But anyhow, and here we have my Kajari melon. And this plant is only one plant over here, and this thing has shown off this year. I think altogether so far we've gotten about 30 melons off of this plant. Now mind you, they've all been different sizes. Some, you know, bigger than my hand, you know, bigger than you could put in the palm of your hand, and some of them just a little bit smaller than that. And there's actually a couple more right there. And then there's one right there. There's one right there. There's one over there. So, like I said, oh, and there's one over there. And we actually have 4 in the refrigerator now. And so the plant is actually over here somewhere. I've lost track of it. It was marked, but not anymore. But as you can see, the vines are dying back, so it won't be much longer before they're all gone. And then there's the watermelon vines over here. The watermelon didn't do well at all this year. However, my son noticed this one a couple of weeks ago, and the tendril is brown, and I think we're gonna go ahead and harvest this today. And I see some little bugs up there, but anyhow, we're gonna go ahead, and this is actually be the biggest watermelon that we've harvested this year. And most of them did not make it, and they were mushy inside. And then there's another little watermelon. I just noticed that one back there. Just noticed that. So, but yeah, I think once we get those 2 harvested, then we're just gonna go ahead and pull these vines up, because there's really not much more growing over here. And I wanna go ahead and get this area cleaned up for the fall. And over here in front, we have a olive tree that didn't do anything this year, probably because I didn't take it out of the bucket. This is a pepper plant, a jalapeno pepper plant that I overwintered. And as you can see, all the peppers are red because I haven't been harvesting. This is a pomegranate with only one little tiny pomegranate on it. Last year it had more than that. So I guess because it wanted to be out of the bucket. There's another pomegranate over there, no fruit at all. And over here, this is I want to say a pineapple. I can't remember what the name of this thing is. I always have a problem remembering the name of this tree. But anyhow, it only has one little fruit on it. And I'm not even sure when it's supposed to ripen or anything. And but I don't think that tree gonna stay here. I think I'm gonna replace that with something else. It looks good, but it just doesn't do anything. And here is a cucumber plant. Not sure how that got there, but there we go. It's got a cucumber on it. Back over here, that's where most of my peppers grew this year. Got 40 pepper plants over there, and there's several videos where I posted about those pepper plants, and I actually need to water that. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and start taking those out, especially the hot peppers. And these are some of my hosta plants that I had in the ground on the side of the house, but I pulled them up because they weren't doing well at all. They needed more shade. So I think I'm going to keep them in the buckets over here next to the shed. And here, the zinnias, these flowers are just taking over the yard. I'm not even sure what type of flower this is. to be honest. But they've grown way bigger than I thought they were, and they're massive. And they kind of like taking over the blocks. I had them planting these blocks here, and they took over. And behind it is a cherry tomato that I made a cutting. It was a cutting from one of the original cherry tomatoes from the summer. And as you can see, it has lots of tomatoes on it. And again, it needs to be watered. I don't know what happened to my watering today. The water didn't come on. Everything looks so dry. I need to check my irrigation. Okay, so I was talking about the pepper plants back there, and the tomato plant about not being watered, and I just checked. And of course, my timer is dead. The battery's dead, so I gotta fix that. But here is the plum trees. Here, I got a few plums off of those. I'll post those videos as well. I have some beans in here, and I've been harvesting these, and these are really good. So I'll come back and get the rest of those and the darn bugs. But anyhow, so beans have been a great thing this year. Not necessarily in my garden, but a friend of mine was growing some green beans, and they were amazing growth. And but anyhow, in here we have some white eggplant. I need to go ahead and harvest those. These are the Casper white eggplants. There's one there. There's one back over there. And there's a purple eggplant right there. The purple round ones. I can't remember what they're called. And of course, there's bugs. These darn bugs get on my nerves. There's another eggplant right down there. And again, there's a volunteer cucumber down there. And actually, that's a dragon egg cucumber. I actually got one dragon egg off of there. And behind the plum trees, you can see the peach trees. And you can see my peach harvest. I'll post that videos. This tree did very well with peaches this year. The other ones, not at all. And in this bed here, and behind, next to the fig trees, peach tree, there's fig trees that's in containers. But again, the flowers I have in the beds, not in the bed, in the bricks, are the flowers I planted in the bricks, which I also have a video posted with that. When I first planted those out, they just took over. And so I got to get those cut back away from the fig trees. And so next year I won't be doing those type of flowers. Yeah. So, and in the bed here, there's my two apple trees. They didn't do well at all. And as a matter of fact, this one here is looking a little black. So I'm not sure what is going on with this tree. And there was actually a branch right here that actually broke off. And it was dry, like if it was dead. So I'm not sure what's going on with this tree. I might have to end up pulling it out of the garden. And I did have a loquat tree I had here, and it died. And yeah, so anyhow, yeah, it died. And I'm not sure exactly what happened with that. It kind of like just, yeah. So right now in this bed, there's all types of watermelon in here. I have some okra plants. There's some okra there. And this is a second round of okra that I started for my mom. And so I need to get those harvested. And I had some extra bell pepper plants. Now, not necessarily bell pepper, but all types of pepper plants. So I just planted them around the garden. So even when I get rid of the peppers in the other bed with the 40 in it, I'll still have bell peppers and other peppers around the garden until the frost killed them over. So I'm not sure, I can't remember what kind of pepper was on here. I harvested them all. And those purple bell peppers, I will not be growing those again. I do not like the taste of those. And they are prolific. They did very well. But this is definitely not one of my favorite peppers. They just have a weird taste. They're not sweet. They're more of a bitter. So, gosh, my timer has been off and I didn't even realize it. my stuff haven't been getting watered. Look at my fig trees. Anyhow, there's a yellow dog melon there, and there's another yellow dog watermelon right here, and they were slow to grow. And this tendril here is brown, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and harvest that one too before they start getting soft and mushy like the other ones. And back over here is my muscadine plant, and it's two muscadine plants. The one on this pole here, on this side here, did very well, and I was able to harvest some muscadines. I'll also have to post that video. And but that one over here, not so much, just a few muscadines, not many at all. And in this container here is a late, I'm not even sure what this is, type of melon plant this is, but it was something that was planted just a few weeks ago, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. But anyhow, and then here's more okra from my mom. Back over here is some sweet potato plants in grow bags, and I also did a video when I planted those out. I have to get that posted. And this is one of my blueberry beds, and this is the other blueberry bed. Had great growth with the blueberries this year. I had to fight off the birds and the leaf-footed bugs, but they did very well this year. Blueberries always do well. And this is a cucumber plant from my second succession of cucumbers. And again, my watering is off today. Well, the past couple of days apparently. And look, there's a cucumber, so I'm definitely going to get that harvested. And there's another little small one, but I'm going to get that harvested tonight. And over here, now this area here has several things going on this season, this summer. There was corn over here, there was tomatoes over here, and I have all those videos. If I haven't posted them yet, I'll get them posted. And these are sweet potatoes, more sweet potatoes, in 2 of them in grow bags, and 1 is in an actual plastic container. And these are store-bought slips. And the sweet potatoes over in the other bed back over here, those are sweet potato slips that I made myself. So, yeah. And here's a tomato plant. I actually bought this from the store because I wanted to see if I can keep some tomatoes going until the fall, and it's struggling. So I need to do something with that. And then over here is one of the muscadines that I did not get into the ground, but it showed off, and it had lots of muscadines on. As you can see, it still have some muscadines, and they're really small, and that's because I didn't cut it back or anything. And there's so many vines in this little bucket, in this little 5-gallon bucket, so they just didn't have room to grow. But they are so sweet, so sweet. And so here, these are 2 trees that I just received. I ordered some from Madison Citrus Nursery. One is a Miwa Kumquat, and the other one is a Brown Select Satsuma, because I want to be able to put those in the ground. And those are supposed to be cold hardy, and although I know I still have to protect them and everything, but I want to get those in the ground somewhere. And over here is a persimmon, and this is dang it, what is the name of this persimmon? I can't think of the name of the persimmon, but I'll post it if I remember the name of it. Dang it. But anyhow, it's a sweet persimmon. It's supposed to be non-astringent persimmon. But anyhow, so, and as you can see, it has fruit on it, and none of it has ripened yet. I'm not sure when it's supposed to ripen. And I think next year, well, this fall, I'm going to try to find somewhere to put it in the ground. And then back over here is an orange tree. And this is supposed to be a cold hardy orange tree, but I can't remember the name of it. And the tag came off. I have to look back at the video and see what it is. But it has several oranges at different sizes on there. That's pretty big. That's like a medium size. And then these are small, but they look like they might be ripe, but they're bitter. I tasted one and it's bitter, so I'm not sure what's going on with the different variety of oranges on that tree. And it's still in a container. It's still in the container. And this is a Miwa kumquat. Let's see here. Yeah, that's a Miwa kumquat that's in the ground. I just put that in the ground a couple of months ago, maybe a couple of months ago. I'm not sure, but I did a video. I'll try to get that posted too. And as you can see, it has lots of fruit on it. And then next to it is a cutting and that I did. And I can't tell you if it's a lemon or if it's an orange, because I did some cuttings off an orange tree and I did some cuttings off a lemon tree. And all I know is that it's citrus and it has some fruit on it. Whether or not they make it, I don't know. But I do need to up pot it into a bigger pot. And in this orange tree here is what was the name of this tree? A Eureka, no, orange tree. This is a Eureka lemon, which is supposed to be one of the more cold-hearted lemon trees too. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna put this and where I'm gonna put these trees. To be honest, I can have if they're not all gonna go on the ground, but I'm not sure. I gotta find an area in my garden that actually I like this area over here. This is on the southeast side of my house, so the sun actually rises over here in the morning and it goes like this, and then on the other side of the house. And so these citrus trees over here get a lot of morning sun and then shade in the afternoon. So I'm actually thinking this is a good spot for all of them, but there's not enough space for all of them. So, but I did put this lemon tree in the ground, and this is just I'm not even sure what type of tree it is. When I bought it from Stan McKenzie, he was just saying it was just an unknown ever-bearing lemon tree. It's not a Meyer lemon, but he wasn't sure what type of lemon. So I took it. It was a good deal that he gave me for it. So, and as you can see, she's loaded down with lemons. She is loaded down. She was loaded down last year also. And there are some lemons down here on the ground that I need to figure out what to do with them. They're just, the branches just tilted down on the ground. And so here in this container is, I'm not even sure what this is in this container. A lot of my labels have come off, so I'm not even sure what this is anymore in here. And if it was a cutting, I don't remember. But anyhow, it's a citrus. It's not doing anything right now, but anyhow, over here next to the, I don't know what it is a variegated pink lemon. And it has a couple lemons on it. There's one right there. And there's one right back over here. And I do know, oh, there's another bud right there. Okay. So, and I did hear, I believe it was Broke Farmer that said that you have to wait for the lemons to turn yellow like a regular lemon before they're actually ripe. That a lot of people, I guess, they harvest them while they're that variegated color, but that's not the time you're supposed to harvest them. That they're supposed to be actual yellow like a regular lemon. So this is my little citrus lane here, and I'm not exactly sure, what all is going to stay over here, and but I'm thinking about moving them over here. Well, I got all those on my patio also, so anyhow, I don't know, but I got to get this area cleaned out over here around my water faucet, and because this is where I'm going to overwinter a lot of my sensitive trees, like this orange tree right here. This is a Valencia orange tree, and on the patio, and she's new, and she was actually going to go to a friend of mine that I had bought. But unfortunately, he passed away before I can give it to him. So I'm going to hold on to this, and I will have to protect it this winter with all the other. And like, this is an orange tree, and it has oranges on it, but it also has all of these buds. So I'm not even sure, like, is this thing, are all these lemons, not lemons, oranges, are these oranges going to actually grow, or are they going to fall off? But I'm definitely going to put it in the shed and let it overwinter in the shed. Yeah. And so here I have 3 blackberry bushes that I need to get those cut back. And they're primocanes, they say, so they grow fruit on the main, on new growth or something like that. But anyhow, I'm gonna get them cut back because they're wild and crazy. And this back here, I don't know if this is an elderberry, because I did have an elderberry plant back here, but this is also was a raspberry in this container. So I don't know if this is a elderberry or if this some other type of berry, one of them things that look like something that may be poisonous or whatever. But if anybody knows, please let me know. But anyhow, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet, but we shall see. And back over here is some blueberry plants that I found. There's a different variety that I didn't have. They're called Sweetheart, and they were supposed to be gifted also. But so I'm just gonna have to find somewhere to put those. And this is a stevia, and I didn't harvest any stevia this year. And but anyhow, it'll grow back. It grew back from last year. And over here in these 2 plants in two containers in my rose bushes, they were all in one container, and so I separated and put them in 2 containers. And I'm gonna keep them in the container. I'm not gonna put them in the ground. And the blooms are great, and I just need to deadhead. I keep forgetting to deadhead them because I think you're supposed to deadhead them to make them produce more buds. But they were so pretty when they were all flowering. And this is actually the first year, and I guess because I separated them and they have room to grow, that they actually flowered so much. So, but I'll come back and deadhead those later. And this is a rain barrel that I made. I have a video on that haven't been posted. This is a wagon, a garden cart wagon, a pallet wagon that my boys made for the garden. And I have a video of how they made that, and I have to post that. So I've been doing a lot in videoing when I can. I just haven't really been getting anything posted. So, but anyhow, so that's just a quick overview of how things. Oh, let me go back here to the garden beds. I almost forgot. So back over here, now these are the 2 main garden beds that I had last year that I grew tomatoes in and everything in. But it was the tomatoes. So now I've added a 3rd bed. So now I have these 3 here, and then I also have this bed here. This is new that I just added this year. And as you can see, I just dropped some fertilizer on top, so I'm gonna get that down mixed in, because get ready for my fall plants. This is a combination Asian pear tree that sucks. I don't know what is wrong with this thing, but it absolutely, this is the 2nd year and it's horrible. I don't know what is wrong with it. And it only got little tiny pears, and any pears, they rotted. The leaves are horrible. I mean, it's just awful. So it's a grass, so I'm not even sure if the grafts are still good or whatever, but I will figure out what I'm gonna do with that. And then over here, that's my neighbor. Then over here, this is some basil that's going to seed. So I need to get this cut back. And I made some spaghetti sauce. Oh, speaking of the tomatoes that I grew, oh my goodness, I had a load of tomatoes. Had a good, although I think probably I lost about 25-30% of tomatoes, but I still had a good harvest of tomatoes. And so I was actually able to just finish canning up 27 quarts of tomatoes. And it was tomatoes not only from my garden bed, but also from my garden buddy of mine, my friend that just passed away recently. Um, his tomatoes as well. We had combined them together and put them in the freezer. And so it was a total of 27 quarts that I was able to make. Look at this. This is a fig. Just saw that. I'm not sure if that's good or not. It looks okay. What type of fig is this tree? Is this? This is Olympian fig. Oh, so anyhow, just noticed the fig. So I'll look at that when I get inside. Make sure no bugs on there, anything. But this is the back side of the garden. And these are the pepper plants. And these, the Sugar Rush peach hot peppers. I think that's what they're called. They were prolific. And these, I can't remember the name of those. Got a jalapeno hanging on here. There's an orange. I think that's maybe, I don't even know, habanero maybe. So the peppers are still popping out, peppering up. Although I haven't watered, they haven't been watered because something's wrong with my sprinkler, my drip. There's a pepper there. And my son had came out and harvested all the peppers right before I made my tomato sauce. So that's why they all look bare, because just, 2 weeks ago, a week ago, he harvested them all, like a week ago. So that's why it's not many, although there's still some that's showing back out. So I'm going to get in here and get some more harvested. And I might end up cutting some of those back, especially the hot ones that I don't. There's some peppers right there. So yeah, so it was 40 pepper plants in this bed altogether. I would never do that again. It was good to see how well they did, but it was an overload of peppers. So yeah, so this is the back side of the garden. And as you can see, there's a lot going on in here. And look in here. There's a bunch of tomato volunteers in this container, because I think this was a tomato in that bucket. But anyhow, that is it for my garden tour. Now I just got to get things watered. I didn't realize my drip irrigation wasn't running. Look at my fig tree. Wow. Yeah. Cucumber looking sad. So I got some harvesting to do. These flowers are so pretty. I can't even remember the name of them. Yeah, I got a neighbor that loves to show off. But anyhow, look at that flower showing off. Beautiful. And this peach tree here, oh my goodness, she showed out this year. This was Alberta peach tree. And and of course, I got a video on that. And so yeah, I got to get all these flowers cut back. And next year I'm going to do some dwarf size flowers, or things that I know that's going to grow low, that's not going to interfere with the fig trees that's in the containers. And these peach trees are going to go in the ground somewhere. My yard is not that big, and I probably have way more trees in my backyard than most people would have. And but I am going to get these two peach trees in the ground. And I might end up having to pull this apple tree out, so I would be able to get a peach tree here and a peach tree right here. So I have 3 trees on this side and 3 trees on that side. And all this stuff here is just cleaning up, just trying to get things organized. But I think that's going to do it. It was supposed to be a quick tour of everything. And like I said, I'm looking forward to getting back into my garden game. It's just been a really hard year, and I'm just trying to get it back together, get myself back together. And so yeah. Oh, here's some more pepper plants over here also. So once I get those pulled out of the bed, I won't feel so bad that I don't have peppers, because I still will have peppers. And like I said, these purple bells, they're prolific, but yeah, I won't be doing those again. But these little orange peppers, those are sweet, and I can't remember what they're called. I think those are Mardi Gras sweet peppers is what they're called, and they're really good. And look at there, another cucumber. Anyhow, so that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you will take time to watch my videos from the summer, although they're very late. But yeah, I just look forward to getting things back on track and enjoying this fall season of gardening. Okay, y'all, look at this. This thing is delicious. This fig is delicious. Anyhow, so sweet. Tastes like eating strawberry jelly. Good, 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 good. And then my muscadines on top. Okay, go ahead and get this eggplant. I can't find my clipper, so the scissors gonna have to do. Let's see here. Okay, got that. Now, I haven't cooked these white eggplants before. I've actually given them away. I think I can maybe get a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna let those stay to get a little bit bigger. But I am going to try. There's one there. It's not big, but we have this watermelon over here. Let my son go on up in there. Don't step all over the vines. And get the watermelon. Let's see. Let's cut. See, the vine, the tender is brown, so we're gonna go ahead and cut this. There we go. Hold up. All right. So hopefully it's delicious. If not, it's his fault. I'll go ahead and take it in the house. Let me get back to my eggplant. So I got the eggplants here. I think that one's rotten, but I'm gonna keep it in here. And then I got this cucumber over here. Okay, got that. And then I was trying to see if there was any cherry tomatoes ready, but let me see. Go on this side. There's 1, 2. Oh, I got my drip irrigation back to working. I had to change the battery out. So I got 2 little tomatoes. And I already ate the the fig. So that is gone. Let's see. There's a bell pepper over here. Go ahead and get this bell pepper. I can use that for eggs in the morning. There's another little bell pepper. There's a red pepper over here. Let's see what's going on with it. Nope, that's rotten. So that's not gonna make it. So I'm gonna go get that jalapeno pepper. No, there's this little orange pepper right here. Those are sweet. I think those are called Mardi Gras. And those are good and sweet. Of course, there's a cayenne. We all know about those. Ooh, excuse me. Allergies. Got this pepper here. This pepper here. And I just get a mix of peppers and just chop them all up and put them in omelets or whatever dish I need peppers for, sweet and hot. And we just go from there. Okay, so I think there was a cucumber back over here. Yeah, let's get this cucumber here. He is definitely ready. Okay, there we go. Good size. I'm gonna let that one get a little bit bigger. And let's see if there's any tomatoes on this. Nope, there are no tomatoes ready over here. And I think I'm gonna go over here and get some more of these muscadines. Get some more of these. Look at that. Hopefully they don't fall through the holes in the basket. And I harvested a lot of these earlier, and I did a video, and of course nothing's posted, so I'm gonna work on getting stuff posted. I know I said that before, but just as soon as I said that, a lot of stuff started happening, and with work, personal life, and surgery, hospitalization. Family was in a car accident. My boys and my mom, but everybody's okay. So, yeah. So life has been a struggle. And then not to mention just the weather alone. This summer has been crazy. So, yep. Yep. But things are back on track, getting back on track. Thank God for that. And, whew. Yep. So, I think that is it that I was supposed to harvest tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and harvest some of these purple bells and pass those along. They're mini purple bells, so they're not gonna get big. They're small size mini bells. Although that one could have got a little bit more purple. There was a big one somewhere. I think it was over here. It's pretty noisy tonight. Here we go. Yeah. So, and like I said, this pepper's a really good grow, but the flavor is just not my thing. So, but I would definitely pass them along to the people who likes them. So, oh, I wanted to get that yellow dog watermelon. One of them. There's two of them, and The last ones we got, they were mushy on the inside because they had set out for too long. And I don't want that to happen. Although we did get one good ripe one. But this is the tendril here. And it's brown. I guess it could be a little bit more brown. But it's a yellow doll and they're supposed to be small. So we're going to go ahead and get this baby. Let me look at this one. And then here's one over here. There's one over here also. Well, that one's not completely brown yet, so we'll let that one stay. What is this orange thing down here? Oh, that's an old pepper. Okay. So, oh, and these are sweet potatoes here. I had put a couple slips over here in the ground. I'm not sure, I wasn't sure what it was gonna do, if anything, but we shall see. We shall see. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this yellow doll melon right here. My son has the other melon. So that is going to be our harvest for tonight. And I say tonight because it is getting dark. Let's see what we got here. All right, so here is our harvest for today. We got 2 watermelon. That's a yellow doll watermelon, not sure what that is. And a white eggplant. We got a cucumber, lots of black bell peppers. We got a couple green bell peppers and 2 cucumbers. I don't know if I already said that. One, a pickling cucumber and a regular slicing cucumber, and some muscadines. And there's another eggplant down in here, but yeah, I don't think that one's, well, actually it feels okay. It just looks a little weird, but it does feel okay. And we got some sweet peppers and some hot peppers. So we got a little bit of everything going on in here. So okay, so that is it. That's my garden as it is as of today, Saturday, September 13th. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching, and please go back out and look at the rest of the videos from this summer. And yeah, so hopefully this fall will be much better. It's got to be much better. So and here's hoping that all of your fall gardens are much success and better than the summer garden, because I know it was a struggle for a lot of folks. So thank you for watching, and if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, like button, and share. Thank you, and have a good night.